just letting people load in right now because it is still 11 minutes before I'm supposed to go live. So enjoy these chill ass beats. Hi Walltop, nice to see you. I'm in a mood today. It's gonna be one of those days, man. Astrid. Come here. You gonna be able to take some treats this way? I'm playing this music specifically to keep myself as calm as possible because I'm going to be talking about some heavy shit. That makes me angry. So, yeah. I will get into that in a second. I'm gonna get into that when I'm officially supposed to be live. I am like 10 minutes early right now, so. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and treat my kitty. You want a treat, baby? Yeah? She's learning. She's learning, the little sweetheart. Money, please. Money, please. Ugh. If any of you are on my Facebook, you probably already know what I'm going to talk about. Hello, hello, welcome, welcome. Settle in, strap in, get ready. This is gonna be one of those streams where I'm not sure how long I'm gonna be on. I've been trying to stay pretty uniform with how long I stream, but thank you, Kat. But you never know. Do not eat pistachio shells, my dude. Stream forever. I don't have that much to talk about. Like, And I don't have that much game to play. Got blue on my fingers. Don't know how I pulled that off. There would be a few issues with that, like anything that involves me having to undress. Twitch would complain. Oh, I love it. No, don't see yourself out. Stay. I don't mind you here. I prefer you here than not. Oh, fair enough. That's fair. So, how's everyone doing today? Okay, awake is better than, I guess, dead? I was gonna say awake is better than asleep, but sleep is fun. I used to hate sleep back in my high school years. I'd rather be asleep too. Yeah. So, I am listening to YouTube radio called Space Lo-Fi Hip Hop. And it's supposed to be a no copyright lo-fi. Which, I mean, okay. If I get lied to and muted, I'll be very upset. And you better believe I'm going to be having a strongly worded email sent to this particular user. Strongly worded. So, I had an anxiety attack to the point where I almost puked today. That was fun. And it's, you know, still early. Still early in the day. We'll see what the rest of the day brings me. Hopefully it won't be that horrible. It's not fun, actually. It's not fun finding out that you still have, of like the 200 people that you have trusted to put on your friends list, of these 200, there's still 70 plus who are friends with the guy who abused you. What is even less fun is then being like snapped at by one of said people when you make a post saying, hey, it turns out there's still 70 some people that are friends with the guy who abused me. And turning around and getting snapped at for not approaching them individually. And it's like, oh, hello, Exarchin. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to my badness. I'm in a ranty mood today, so it's gonna be a thing. A thing. But yeah, so now I will say this because aw, well, thank you for the follow. Thank you for following me on Instagram too, man. Appreciate it. I appreciate everyone who tunes in to my stupid streams because Lord, do I harp on things a lot. And it is, I don't know how you guys tolerate me, honestly. Like, I think my only saving grace today is my eyebrows. So but no, out of curiosity, I decided to look up the name. I decided to look up my abuser's name, since I know he's still part of the Mid-Atlantic, and you know, I was just kind of doing one of those checkups to see, like, you know, if there's people I should remove or people that I haven't that, you know. Aw, it's pretty easy. I enjoy the conversation. No, HK. I love you too. So I looked him up, and sure enough, out of like the couple hundred people that I have on my Facebook, almost 100 of them were still mutual friends with him. So I made a post because I'm petty, and you know, it's one of those things where if they realize that they were still following him and they didn't mean to, they can correct it themselves without, you know, without issue. It's one of those things where it's like I pointed out, not specifically to call people out. Okay, not to call specific people out, but to be kind of a squeaky wheel. Because the way that Broken Stairs, especially in LARP organizations, the way that Broken Stairs, like this guy, thrive is people having very short memory spans. So I made a post. No big deal, right? It's a friends only post. It's not like I'm calling it out to everybody on the internet. It's just to the people that are able to access my friends only posts. And understandably, I guess, understandably, a couple people took that personally. I sussed it out with you know, a couple of them, and I really, through sussing it out, and getting basically yelled at for saying, hey, there's still a bunch of people that I'm supposed to be friends with who are friends with my abuser. In the process of sussing things out, I have learned this motherfucker is subtly or blatantly, who knows, it could be either way. I don't know how much of a piece of shit he is, like, outside of what he's done to me, but he's basically kind of using his connection to his wife and his children as a means to maintain, as a means to control people, to keep them on his list, basically, like to keep them in his corner, on his side. Maybe not necessarily like absolutely them saying it, but the number alone and you know, that the tacit and implied support that provides is enough for him to feel empowered that, you know, oh, well, these people still support me even though blah, blah, blah. So it occurs to me that I have 72 people who, like it or not, may in fact be getting groomed by him as supporters, even tacitly, because they have either no other way to keep tabs on his poor wife, who I want nothing more than to liberate her from him, because Jesus Christ. Thank you for the lurk, Walltop. I will see you later. I'm sure I'll be able to get to you in DMs if you need it. I know you need the tea. But, so basically what I'm learning as in the process of me calling people out, like, hey, you guys are still friends with this guy who's been horrible to other women. Not just me, but also to other women. In the process of, like, that call out, I have learned that he has employed parasocial relationships and meta relationships, like relationships between his wife and these people, as a means to, like, keep them even peripherally in contact with him, because she doesn't post. Like, she's very private, she's very low-key, she works for the government, things, doesn't want to be part of, you know, doesn't want to be part of things. So it's his stuff. Yeah. Thank you for the lurk, No Name Filth. I love you. It's his activity that keeps them updated on her well-being and the well-being of their children. So, in a way, I feel like subtly, if it's not like flat out, well, he's taking advantage of it. He's subtly and maybe like unconsciously taking advantage of other people's concern for the wife that he has emotionally abused, the children that he has fathered with her, and, you know, the friends that want to stay up to date on them. Because there are some people who have flat out come to me and said, look, if it weren't for his wife, and if it weren't for his wife and kids, I would have nothing to do with this motherfucker. So there's this association that's happening where, you know, these people would write him off if they could without losing their one branch of contact, like, or with any regularity, I should say, this one branch of contact with his wife and his kids. And I think if not knowingly, then certainly he's thought about it. He's not a dumb guy. I will say this. He is not a dumb guy. I don't want to think he's evil enough to, like, use that. But also, with the way that he believes that he's been wronged, I don't know. I don't know what to think. I don't know what to say. All I know is that, like, I made a post on my feed specifically calling out, you know, hey, there's still like 70 plus people on my friends list who are mutual friends with this guy. Here's what he did to me. It wasn't me like saying, well, you guys shouldn't be friends with him. It was just me saying, oh, well, I have these mutuals. How great for me. It was one of those things where I just, it's Monday. Who the fuck is ever in a good mood on a Monday? Certainly not me. So I kind of doom scrolled a little bit, in a sense, to discover this whole thing. But it's, yeah. That is what has me grumpy today, is that this guy is using his parasocial relationships and his meta relationships with other people to essentially keep the numbers of his supports up. And I will say that this isn't the first time I've seen from this guy a situation where his mutual friends, or mutual friends between him and I, have come out in defense of him against me for various motivations and levels of control that he's asserted over them. So, ban Benjamin Colbert from One World by Night. It is a super sucky situation and I have to deal with it, but I'm kind of... the way I'm dealing with it is by not engaging as much with the area of One World by Night that he's a big part of, or had been a part of. I'm kind of trying to pursue my own thing. You know, just kind of... I'm kind of just trying to, like, do my own thing and survive and whatnot. What really sucks is that in the last, like, 6 months or so, I've lost contact with, basically everyone who was a major supporter in the... like, everyone who was a major supporter of me and the people who came forward against him, they've dropped off my friends list. Like, they've stopped talking to me or whatever. So I'm kind of I'm kind of dealing with not just the loss of, like, the area that I lived in, like my hometown area being, like, unsafe for me, but I'm also, like, still dealing with the loss of people that I thought were part of a support network. And then of course I am still, like, reeling from my best friend dying. So it's been a time. I'll tell you, man, it's been a time. Hi, Astrid. But how is everyone else doing? How was your weekend? How did you fare? Did you go to any games or anything? What do we think about the Delta variant? You somehow made it through the con intact. Okay. Good on you, HK. Good on you. Ow! You are pointy. You know that? You're pointy. You have a thing in your eye. Hang on. Seven Days to Die is a pretty fun game. I don't know if I could play it though. I'm not a huge fan of, like, first-person games. Like, first-person perspective kind of drives me up the wall. Like, I have really bad depth perception, I guess. So it's not my it's not my usual thing. Gordita, hello! It's good to see you. Sorry, you came in while I was removing an eye boogie from my cat. I I just talked about it, but I'm gonna keep talking about it like and repeat myself or whatever. We got a Trito the Cato. Oh. Phasmophobia, that's one that I want to play, but I don't know. Again, it's the whole third person thing. There you go. Good girl. Like, I 100% would love to try Phasmophobia. Apparently, it's time to stretch, so we're gonna do this. Just roll the neck a little bit. Okay. Cool, 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 cool. I have terrible depth perception, so like first person games are really weird to me. Like I don't know if I can get the hang of them very well. But I know Phasmophobia is one where it doesn't really matter too much. The depth perception of it. But thank you so much, Dirty Rat, for the stretch. Thank you, No Name Filth, for the treat. If 7 Days to Die had like a third person view, I would play the fuck out of it. As it stands, I still need to like actually get off my ass and do Minecraft, because I know Minecraft has a third person view. But today we're having a fucking day. I actually tried to play a bit of No Man's Sky. You can go third person in 7 days when you're not sure how playable it is. That's fair. That's fair. I imagine if you use guns, it's terrible. Like, to be in third person. But I'm not a gun person, I'm a melee person. So, I've always been a melee person. Get a big ass hammer. That is how you solve all of your problems. A giant ass fucking hammer. Problem solved. Every time. Oop, knocked my fucking microphone. Get a sweet fiery sledge and smack the Zeds around. Yes! That's right, bitch! Yeah? So, today, I was thinking I was gonna draw today. But the more I think about it, I plan to draw, but the more I think about it, the more I'm like, I kind of want to examine these bylaws in One World that about consent. Because a good point was brought up recently that these consent bylaws would not be necessary if we just banned the broken stairs that are having issues with consent. Ooh, was there a ton of talk about them over the weekend? Because I have not seen shit. I am intrigued. Also very concerned that I am violating the bylaw. Because I haven't read it. This might actually be a short stream today, because I'm just... Yeah. I'm very content to have not interacted with that org for a long time now. Much happier now. I'm so glad for you, Exarchin. You would... Colonel Backguano, you are absolutely correct. People who are deep into roleplay should be the most understanding of consent, since roleplay can be an intimate experience emotionally. Which reminds me, actually, of course the way it's written is going to tie the hands of the people who are responsible. And again, we wouldn't need these consent bylaws if people were booted for violating consent in the first place. Because it's these broken stairs, it's these people who get defended and defended and defended and allowed to continue to play that are the ones who cause the most problems with consent. Like, literally, I was role-playing with my abuser. I was role-playing with him. My character's a flirt. She's very sexual. It's a thing. And, yeah. If I ever did anything inappropriate, I would be mortified and hope that whoever's line I crossed would tell me. Last thing I would ever want is to let a character experience harm someone IRL. Absolutely. Absolutely. And, like, that's kind of that's the way that I try to roleplay, because I know that I push boundaries in my roleplay. Because that's how the character is. So I'm at the house that is hosting the DC game. It's owned by Ben Colbert. Ben Colbert was admin for a while. He was a cord for a while. He was yeah. before I get too distracted, let me finish the story. Story time. So I'm gonna tell the story real quick about how I got sexually violated at a game. So Ben Colbert was hosting the DC game. Ben and I had in-character interactions that implied romance. Or teased at it, you know? So he asks me to come to a side room with him for a private IC scene. I'm like, okay, whatever, fine, sure. That I can see that being a thing. Talk, and then like we get into the side room and he immediately is like on me. Like I'm stunned and like I don't, so I wear lipstick that I don't want to fuck up, but he fucked up my lipstick. We'll put it at that to like save Twitch the aneurysm that it might have me describing things like that. He fucked up my lipstick and I pushed him away and I go, that's not, was that IC or was that out of character? And he didn't really respond, and like after that he was like, he kind of backed off. But it was the fact that he came in without telling me like IC or out of character, you know, that was the next move. Like I've had intimate conversations with other players before. For example, there was a guy who at Nonclave got into a really intimate scene with my character, and he stopped the in-character talking and was like, at this point my character would kiss yours, however I am not going to do that for real because that's ridiculous. And I will always remember that, and I will never forget how well he composed himself. Because, you know, it's one of those things where, like, when you're acting, you're getting into it, you get into it. You get into it. And sometimes, yes, the moment does indeed call for that smooch. But you can't do it without consent. Period. I don't care if it takes you out of your immersion. I don't care if it takes you out of the moment. And in a lot of cases, if you are comfortable with doing that, I'm totally cool with doing that. That's fine. I just need to be made aware. Now, before this particular scene where Ben basically shoved his tongue down my throat, we had discussions out of character and kind of in character, but it was mostly like text messages, and he had specifically said that he was not polyamorous. 1. 2, that he doesn't have permission to fuck around. So, that's where my understanding was when he cornered me and did that. So that's where I'm coming from when I say that Ben Colbert sexually abused me in the middle of a game. Yeah. So When I say ban Ben Colbert, I mean ban Ben Colbert, because guess what? He's not only done this to me, he's done similar shitty things to other women in the org. And even before he was really part of the, or a major part of the org, he had a shitty track record of his behavior towards women in the first place. So, why are we letting him have the option? Oh yeah, he's not coming to games now. He's decided that he doesn't want to come back. Fine. Tell him, don't come back. What was great was when I came forward about it. Here's what some of his defenders said. They went ahead and said, oh, he was polyamorous. The people making these claims are just pissed off that he decided not to date them. I'll wait. This man was a chord for One World by Night. This man was a storyteller. This man was incredibly popular in the Mid-Atlantic, to the point where there was a parasocial relationship that implied to me, and probably to other people, that he had power. So not only was it assault, it was also coercive assault. Just for the record. This man was the reason why the DC game continued to play live when live games were still a thing. This man was the host for the DC game. Without him, there would have been no DC game because they wouldn't have had a place to play. Secondly, he was married to the storyteller. He still is married to her. She's no longer the storyteller. I'm angry on your behalf, like we've talked before, and I'm angry because it's the same shit everywhere. It doesn't matter. If you call it out, you're a bitch and a puppet and ignoring due process and seeing things that aren't there, and then you start to gaslight yourself. Yeah. You're not gaslighting yourself. You're being gaslit. And here's the thing. In the org, it's a private organization. Due process is not something that is necessary. And that's why I say, Mid-Atlantic, get on your shit. Ban Benjamin Colbert. Because it's letting him make his fake ass apology and leave and not participate isn't teaching him anything. Banning him afterwards and going, don't come back, that would say something. But no. clearly, these guys, these people, need to be treated fairly, despite how he's treated others. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Why are we creating bylaws about consent when we don't enforce discipline on people who abuse consent in the first place? And I don't want to leave the org. That's the thing. I don't want to stop playing my character. I want to be able to play my character and feel safe as a collaborator. But I have to like pre-screen games in an org that's supposed to have basic ethics all on one page, all on the same page. And I have to go around and I have to ask games, okay, so what's your policy on sign-in and consent? There's no oversight. There is none. And that's what kills me. That's what kills me. There should be a disciplinary committee. Now, if that means that there's too many like heads and not enough like people, that tells you something about the bureaucracy. Oh, the DC game dissolved. Anyway, kind of. Because the person who took over as HST actually tragically died. So DC is now territory of Vitae. So, and the storyteller of Vitae is this real stand-up lady. Yeah, it's likely having its last game as a separate entity in September. But basically it's folded. I mean, we'll be honest here. For the last 3 years before 2020, the game was suffering anyway. There were fewer than 10 people who showed up, and that's including staff. Yeah. So, honestly, when it switched from Thursdays to Sundays, it really died. Like, the game itself, like the Chronicle itself really like dropped off. And then yeah, there's only 4 active people in the DC game, and I'm not gonna lie, back when we were discussing going to Discord anyway in the first place, and I was like, hey, I'm willing to take over and blah blah blah, they said no, and then they went to Discord anyway months later. But when we were talking about how, you know, Discord could help bolster the numbers a little bit, get us a little bit more momentum, the player of the Prince was like, well, if it's gonna die, it's gonna die. Like, how the fuck can you call yourself a conscientious role player if you're sitting there going, oh, let it die, when you're playing the Prince of the Domain? It's it's ridiculous and it's stupid. Yeah. And see, when I was trying to pull it into Discord, because I knew that I would be able to have more people joining the Discord, because I do promotion and shit, they opposed it. Now, I'm pretty sure this is because half of the players that were active at the time hate Discord. I'm not gonna lie, I'm like, if they hadn't had Ben's character be the harpy of the domain, I probably wouldn't have left. But they fired me, my character, from being harpy because I had no way to show up. I hadn't shown up in a while. I wasn't giving them enough tea, whatever. Either way, they fired me and they put Ben's character in charge, and this was after Ben kind of got like, this was after Ben got handsy with me, and after Ben like forced himself on me, and I stopped going. And I was still fighting to try and preserve the game and try to bring the game to Discord so that more people who were maybe not able to show up on Sundays in person could show up, so that our people would still have the game. And I'm glad that they're getting their closure, and I'm glad that they're getting their story, but it's really frustrating and upsetting to me because I played in DC for 20 years. I'm sorry, I lied. For like 16 years. And just because I transferred out of it doesn't mean that I don't give a shit about the game. It doesn't mean that I don't give a crap about the domain. I give too much of a crap. And that's why I continued to fight to try and get it onto Discord for like extra interaction and stuff. And then when Patrick took over, which thank goodness Patrick decided that he wanted to take over, it wasn't that long before things started opening up again, and so people were like, people were already burnt out on Discord, and I understand that, but I don't know. I have a lot of feelings, and they're hard to organize, and that's where I started to, yeah. basically, ow. Okay. I just kicked my my camera stand. It's okay. I'm okay. I'm good. So anyway. So, now that I've got more people here, I made a post today about how I have almost 100 people that are still mutual friends with Ben Colbert. And that started a snowball rolling downhill. Because one of those people decided that they were going to, like, bark at me and, you know, get upset that I called them out, but I didn't. That I called them out. I'm gonna say that I called them out because I kind of did, but also, like, they could have just talked to me privately about it. Sure. But I was asked, did I talk to these people about why? And I'm like, well, no, because there's 70 plus of you. And it's not my responsibility, nor is it my intention to police who's friends with who. If you have a shitty excuse, then I know that I can toss you and it's good. But, I don't know. So, I lost my train of thought. Did I stop in the middle of a sentence? I'm sorry, I do that. So what have we got planned for this week? My week is going to be me doing a lot of laundry at night because it's too hot in my house. Because my AC's broken! Yay! We love it. So if you see that I'm glistening, I'm not glistening, I'm sweating. Like, literally, I'm sweating. And we're going to do... We're going to do some drawing at some point, probably. I think. But hello, people. Hi. Talk to me. Ask me anything. I'm here. You wish you could draw? I mean... I thought women glow. Maybe? Me? I just sweat. I'm just a sweaty pig. And technically, Exarchan, you can draw. It doesn't have to be good for it to be drawing. Remember that. The more you know. No Name Filth, yes, you did do a draw, and it did help me. I still need to send you that invoice. You wish you could draw well and for longer because arthritis puts a stop to it. Okay, that's fair. Yeah. I keep forgetting about that invoice. Colonel Baguano, thank you for the bits. I adore you. What am I going to draw today? I am working on a commission. You are adorable. You are absolutely adorable. I'm working on a commission for a client. Oh, thank you for the gifted sub, Gordina. Hell yeah. I have never heard that sound before. This is amazing. I'm delighted. Hell yeah. First gift sub ever. How does it feel to be the first? You never forget your first. Okay. So I am actually going to draw. I have a cat sleeping on my desk that I'm going to have to move before I really get to drawing. But the commission I'm working on is a dragon. So we're going to... Madam, I am at work. You never forget your first. So we have this lovely dragon that I'm working on here, and I finally shipped off one of my commissions that I forgot to finish it. So I finished it off real quick last night and got it sent out this morning. And that was my bad. That was my bad entirely because I was just not paying attention to, like, the passage of time. I hope people can understand that time for me is an abstract concept. And I never know quite when it is. I know that I exist. Time is an illusion. Lunchtime, doubly so. That's right. That is right. Oh my goodness. The kitten is here, everyone. I had to move her from her nap spot and she's upset. I think she was really out. I'm adjusting my desk now so that I can actually use it like a desk. Ahaha. Illuminati, good to see you. Welcome. I will rant about what I've been dealing with today. Here. You want a treat out? Grab one. Did you grab one? You grabbed one. Okay. So for those of you who are just tuning in, I had an issue this morning. That issue was that I learned that almost 100 people, 100. I only have like 200 or 300 people that are connected to me on Facebook, you know, like 250 tops. But apparently, of that 250, 70 plus were still friends with the man who abused me. So I made a post. That went over like a fucking fart in church. Let me fucking tell you. Let me tell you how I got basically bitched out and told that I should confront every single person who is still a mutual friend of my abuser personally and ask them, why are you still friends with them? That was the implication that happened this morning. And that's what I've been dealing with. Now, granted, this same person I have spoken to, and we are okay now. However, I will still rant about that implication no matter what. We're okay. We're okay. We're living our life. We're living our best life. We're here. We're fine. It's fine. We're all fine. Ranting can be fun. Ranting is sometimes a necessity. Because if you don't, you're going to hit someone with a fucking crowbar. What did you do, cat? I don't know what the cat did. I'm very confused. Okay. So, needless to say, today has been a day of me kind of being ranty, kind of being bitchy, kind of being what's that Han Solo quote? Which one? That's not how the Force works? I don't know. Oh, yes. Oh, feel free to stalk my Facebook. If you are on my friends list, you can stalk my Facebook at your leisure. I assure you there's juicy tea in there somewhere. Damn it. I'm having problems. This is what I get for drawing without warming up. Ooh, let me switch things. Hang on. I made an oops. I made an oops, guys. I didn't switch what my Twitch stream is. art now. It's not just chatting, it's art. Oh, my computer is lagging. Good Christ. Oh dear. Oh, posture check. Thank you so much, you dirty rat, for the posture check. It is definitely something that I need to work on. Oh, posture. What even is good posture? So yeah. So that's been my day. How's all you? It's fine. It's fine. We're all here. We're all fine now. Here. Thank you. How are you? Who is this? What's your operating number? Phew, boring conversation anyway. Look, we're gonna have company. Alright. Now, I feel like Robot is home. Speaking of, my husband is actually out. He has left for another 2 weeks to go to Virginia. He does 2 weeks here, 2 weeks in Virginia, which is killing him, but I won't argue with him. Look, listen, hear me out. Hear me out. What if it is? What if sitting bisexually is proper posture? For me. It is a lot of traveling. And it is putting a lot of mileage on the car. It is also probably killing him. But his work won't adjust policies for whatever reason. I think it's just because his boss is afraid to have him not show up. I have seen that chair. That chair looks amazing. My bi ass is gonna get that chair. Yeah, there's a chair that, like, you can sit in just about any way. Yeah. My chair is a hand-me-down right now. We spent that much on a chair for Robert not too long after we moved here. So, yeah. He loves his chair now, though. So. Don't let that be an excuse. Get the thing you want. Because Lord knows, as a millennial, you ain't gonna get shit. Or are you Gen Z? I can't remember. I am an elder millennial, so... Elder millennial! Yeah. It's okay, we know you're old, Bat Guano. still love you anyway. You Gen X piece of shit. We elder millennials, we know what's up. Just rub it in, why don't you? Jerk. Kill the elders, praise Cain. Yes. Yeah, you're... How old are... My sister is Gen X, and she's 12 years older than me. That's delightful. I love when there's a comeuppance like that. Can I be really petty for a minute here? I really hope that Ben's wife dumps his ass for his cheating bullshit. That he made me a part of. Almost mid-30s. You little shithead. Ooh. You are not an elder millennial. You flat out are a millennial. I'm older than you, bitch. Almost mid-30s. Jesus Christ. I ought to smack you. I ought to slap the shit out of you. Slap the taste out of your mouth. Okay, you're too willing. Now it's getting weird. It's okay, as long as you're not as old as Colonel Batguano's kid, you're not a fetus to me. How old is that child now? Oh, Jesus. Yeah, see? Not a fetus. Not a fetus. I don't know what I am, man. Yeah, the youngest millennials are like 26 or 27 now. We can all agree that the boomers have to go. This is a fair assessment. And absolutely not biased. Ugh. I got a telemarketer, guys. Telemarketer's gonna ask me about my car's extended warranty when I'm a terminal pedestrian. Guys. I love that shit. Most boomers can go. But I also want to express right here and right now, boomer is less a generation and more a state of mind anymore. Like, there's like a, there, you know, like, this bootstrap mentality is so damaging. Oh, Lord. Oh! Illuminati with the honk. Thank you. Mess with the honk, you get the bonk. So, I'm having fun. You guys. Yep, that's what the channel points are for. I hate drawing. Yay! So yeah, my husband is out for the next 2 weeks and I am unsupervised, my dears. My dudes. Unsupervised. And it's only gonna get worse, I assure you. Ay. So, working when my cat is sitting on the desk is kind of interesting in that I have to push her fat away from my keyboard so that I can actually hit Control Z. That's delightful. GG! Dirty Rat, thank you for the GGs. Much appreciated. So this is what we do when we don't warm up. We draw very messy and then we just spend the rest of our time cleaning it up. You know, like a professional. Oh my goodness. That was a sex joke. Alright, let's try to unite these lines, shall we? I don't know how we're gonna do it, but we're gonna do it. Just... Good and wholesome. Mmm. Full of protein and other essential nutrients. Right? Is that where we're going with this? Is that... or have I gone cannibal? The best word, this best safe word is banana, because after sex you can say, "Aren't you glad I didn't say banana?" And your partner will leave you, but it'll be worth it. I love it. I'm here for that. Oh. Uh-oh. Story time from Gordita. Let's go. Okay. All right. All right. Story time. One of my favorite moments. One of my favorite moments from my wild and heady days of free love and random bullshittery uh, comes when I was dating this guy, and we were making sex, and he looks down at me like he has something very important to say, and like he wants to say something really deep and powerful. I look at it. I look up at him, and he says, and he gets that look from me that I want him to say something deep and powerful. I, I need him to say something deep and powerful. I want this connection. Let's do this. And so he looks deeply into my eyes, and mid thrust, he goes, meh. Indeed, honk. So meaningful. So meaningful. Like you would not believe, man. I'm tired and my hand is tired. So, we're gonna do this. We're gonna just make things work. You can tell how tired my hand is. Ouch. Eh. I did not, in fact, say anything. I'm being incredibly lazy. I'm going to do refining of the lines, obviously, but for now, this is how it's doing it. Alright. That was not what was said afterwards. However, I wish I had. That's a little peculiar. That is a little peculiar, my dude. Though, it does make me wonder about Oklahoma. Like show tunes, or I mean, what? I'm confused. You know what? I'm going to be smart about this. I'm going to try something. that I have thought about trying before. Oh, Oklahoma, where the wind comes sweeping down the plain. Yes? No? Maybe? Fuck off. File. Open. Oh, shoot. Let's try this. Alright. Alright, here we go. We're going to do a thing that may or may not be what I need it to be. Take care. Thank you again for tuning in. I'm here every Monday, with few exceptions. I can't sing. Oh, wait. Yes. Let's see if I did this right. I did it right! I win! Hell yeah! Hell yeah, my dudes. I did it right! Money, please. Money, please. And all I have to do is this. Hell yes, my dudes. Hell yes. I am so fucking tickled. Save this bitch. Saving this bitch. Go. Bye. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy. Like, you have no idea, guys. Let me do something cheeky. You guys want to watch me do something cheeky? Image. Adjustments. Replace color. This one. I want to replace it with... That's all. Hang on. I think it'll work. Let's adjust things, shall we? Is that black? That's black now. Adjustments. Desaturate. There we go. And that's black with no color. Do do do. Alright, I guess we're working in black now. I'll colorize it later. But my dudes, I did it! I freaking did it! Got a thing. And it's working. I get to futz with this though. There we go. Ooh. we go. Victory is fucking mine. Let's see. Let's be lazy, shall we? Let's make this work. I might go for another half hour or so. Not quite sure. Yeah, my wrist is hurting me today. My hand is a little bit of a bitch right now. Let's see. I won't overdo it on my wrists. I got lots of typing to do this week. bastard, I made you a basket. And you insist. Oh shit, I forgot about the Harpy report. Ah! Dang it. Because, like, I was waiting for the Archon to say something. Oh, man. Man. Now I gotta do this. Well, because I was waiting to see something from the Chief Archon, but apparently not. Yes, I did send it. Well, shit. Yeah. I sent a report. Well, I sent a report to the Harpies. Nobody responded. Literally no one responded. I haven't done my influence actions. I am, like, the worst at that. I'm terrible at that. Unless it's to do a day raid, then I'm great. What's up, Spookerific? How you feeling? How you doing? How are things? I mean, that's fair. Thank you, thank you. I was asked to do this in great detail, so I am doing it in great detail, and I am regretting my decision. I have regrets. Like when you commit yourself to detail, and then it's like, oh, this is an ordeal now. Like that's kind of where I'm at. Ooh. Yeah. It's like I didn't intend for this. Nice. I don't know if the org will last that long. I hope it will. That'd be nice. You sure it's got another 6 years? At least then we won't have broken stairs. Take over the org, make it your own, with hookers and beer. Yes. With hookers and booze and consent. I am here for that. Holy shit, yeah. Why is it at 10? Okay, that's at 10. That's at 5. Why is that so weird then? Excuse me. Doo 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 doo. See, Changeling is a game that I think kids could possibly do. You just have to keep it very light and very D&D-esque for them. Hell yeah. Always let them know, you know, you gotta be 18, but man, we'll be around. Okay, that sounds creepy. Never mind. That sounds creepy and weirdly groomish. I don't know if I like that anymore. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to shatter the glass there. Just... We're going to be a bunch of senior citizen fuckers throwing chops in our wheelchairs. You're damn fucking right. And I will school all of y'all in chops. No doubt about it. Yeah, my auto mod is interesting. Like, I get that they don't read context clues, but... Get Victor a steampunk wheelchair. Hi, Crotan! fun at work, my friend. All my friends are banned. All my friends are banned. They couldn't keep track of the hands. Now my friends are banned. I have that song stuck in my head now. We get it. You're hot shit. Am I just a shit judge a character? I don't know. Wait a minute. Why did it do that? Alright, fine. Fine. Why did it do that? It's fine. The wackiness. Well, now I know what was going on. Well, I am gonna call it here anyway. My wrist is starting to hurt again. And I'm gonna have to cancel. Oh my gosh. to you later, Crotan. I got distracted by trying to figure out what the fuck went wrong with my piece. Turns out it's Photoshop. So yeah. I'm going to call it here. Ow. My wrist just made a weird popping sound, so I think I need to stop. Thank you all for tuning in. I'll be back on Wednesday.